What's going on, everyone? HueFin News coming at you with another daily cryptocurrency market analysis. Today is September the 23rd, 2017. And overall, the market ended the day in a positive. A lot of the cryptocurrencies moved higher on today on light volume. So that causes questions for those who understand the language of the market to actually think if this is actually a true up move for the cryptocurrencies. We'll talk about that as we get into these cryptocurrencies individually. But before we get started, our purpose here on this channel is to give you guys the news according to the charts and not necessarily technical analysis or either fundamental analysis, but rather to give you this language and try to interpret the language for you so you guys get an understanding of where precisely the market is headed. Okay, so with that being said, we are not investment advisors, nor are we trying to give you guys investment advice, but just note that the market is a language and it speaks to us through the price bars and the volume. So that's why it's imperative for you to get to understand this language prior to you actually placing some funds into the market, because it tells you, it's actually like them leaving some footprints on the charts for you guys to leave. They leave as evidence on the charts for you to interpret to see exactly where they're headed. So with that being said, you guys can see today in the overall cryptocurrency market, the market cap now stands at 130 billion. So we've been stagnant over the last couple of traded days with the influx of money coming into cryptocurrency. So there's still a lot of investors who are standing on the sideline for these cryptocurrencies, which also as a whole lends to the continued weakness that could be in the market. You guys can see that Bitcoin had a positive day. They're up 3.81%. And then looking at Ethereum, they're up 6.85. Bitcoin Cash is up 2.71. Ripple 2.47. Then looking at Dash, who's been going higher and higher over the last couple of trading days, is also up today with 1.12%. Litecoin as well, up 1.5%. NAM and IOTA 5% respectively. And then looking at Monero, you guys can see that it's 3.79%. Ethereum Classic 2.44%. And then looking at Neo, up 6.71%. So very positive day in the cryptocurrency market, but it's on light volume, and we're going to show you guys that on the chart, which is an indication that there's not a lot of interest in higher prices. So you will have to be careful into thinking that the market is actually stronger than what it really is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to start here at Bitcoin, which is up 4.98%. Last trade was at $3,779.30. Now on the daily chart, you guys can see how we had a great up move today around that $3,800 that we mentioned on our video yesterday. But we still have stockpile coming to market at that price range. The volume is definitely lighter compared to the last 4 or 5. We haven't had that light volume since here, the 7th of September. Excuse me. So that's a lot of days in between that where we didn't have that low of a volume. So that gives us a little clue into thinking that this wasn't actually a powerful up move to higher prices, but rather it was just a shallow up move. So a lot of caution has to be placed in the market for Bitcoin into thinking that the market will go higher. Now, granted, it could be, but when you have a bar that is representative of this one, like a push to go up, you would like to have volume backing this particular move, and we don't have that on today. So the market could be trading again sideways even though the market was higher, you just want to be cautious that it could come back down and close lower, just like it did here on the 18th of September. The market gave us a very powerful push to go up bar, but then the next day it gave us a down bar. So this could be a same situation to where that can occur again. But also, since we had majority of the buyers in the market consuming the selling that occurred on the 22nd of September, this bar here, and the market was able to shoot up from that buying, the market can still go higher as well. So overall, we would have to say that Bitcoin still has the prospect of moving higher, and that's what our analysis is going to be for the time being, is that Bitcoin will be moving higher. But if it does move higher, we're looking for it to at least come up to around that $3,870 area. We're not expecting it to move excessively higher. And if it goes lower, then we're expecting at least come back down to that 3,600 area. So those like the two price areas that we're focused on with Bitcoin, if it was to move in either direction. So next, let's go ahead and check out Ethereum. So Ethereum is up 8.95%. Last trade was at $285.70. So Ethereum also has given us today a push to go up bar, which is a precursor to strength. And you guys can see that it closed higher than almost towards the high from the 21st of September, which is a very good sign, which tells us that Ethereum looks like it's going to be making higher highs again on tomorrow. So we're looking for Ethereum to make higher highs, possibly come here and touch this $300 area, and then it might get hit with stockpile, and then the price might move lower. But our first key area for Ethereum to touch is $300. So we're expecting them to at least come up there and touch that price area. So now we're going to go ahead and check out Bitcoin Cash. So looking at Bitcoin Cash, they were up 4.89%. Last trade was at $429.12. So like we said, Bitcoin Cash also traded sideways on today. And it looks like we will continue to say that Bitcoin Cash will move sideways to possibly a little higher. Now, if it does move higher, definitely 480 is in the cards for Bitcoin Cash. But we just didn't have the volume backing this particular move, which gives us hesitancy into thinking that it will go extremely higher than that. It might even trade sideways on tomorrow as well. So with that being said, I think it's just because today was the weekend and a lot of the big money is not necessarily traded on the weekend, especially in over there overseas in Asia and the China market area. But on tomorrow, they should become more active than they were today. So the volume may actually pick up on tomorrow compared to the light volume that we've seen today on these cryptocurrencies, which could give us inclination that definitely we will have higher prices for Bitcoin Cash and some of these other cryptocurrencies that we just talked about. So we're looking for Bitcoin Cash to possibly move higher, and if it does, we're looking at it to hit around that 480 price area. So next, we're going to check out Ripple. Ripple is up 4.14%. Last trade was at 17 cents. 17,846. 17,770. So we're still looking for Ripple to continue trading sideways. A lot more volume shown itself today for Ripple. So it could be Ripple actually be moving higher, and if it does, 19 cents is in the cards. Because we do have these two precursors of strength in the market, but a little stockpile came in for Ripple, so the market could possibly move sideways to a little lower, but definitely 19 cents is in the cards for Ripple. So now let's go ahead and check out Litecoin. Litecoin had a pretty good day today. They were up 2.78%. Last trade was at $49.08. So the market started out for Litecoin today, and it shot down as a low, as a test. The volume is light, so obviously there's not a lot of selling occurring in this price area, and that tells us that Litecoin is going to be moving higher and probably hit this $52 area on tomorrow. If not 52, if it's a very strong day, then it could come all the way up to 54, which is less probable, but still we're expecting Litecoin to be moving higher. It might even come here to that low from the 19th of September, and the 20th of September might come to these lows that occurred on these two trading days, which is around $51. So expect that as well. So first area will be 51, then the next will be 52, depending on if the market is strong, trending stronger. But we're saying that Litecoin, for our analysis on tomorrow, is that it will be moving higher. So now let's go ahead and check out Dash. Dash is up 1.88%. Last trade was at $348.61. So even when we had this major precursors of weakness bar reveal itself on the 21st of September, the market is still trending stronger over the last two trading days, including today. But every day since we had this precursors of weakness bar, the market was getting hit with stockpile. And you guys can see that the volume is dropping off the higher that Dash go. So it's probable, and we're looking for Dash to be moving lower eventually, because this is the third day that the market came and tried to hit that 360 area. The first time it did go through and hit a higher $370. But then on the 22nd of September, this bar here, and then today's bar, the market came in touch and it still got hit with stockpile. So obviously there's a lot of sellers within Dash at this price level. Then eventually the buyers will become exhausted, and then the market price for Dash will drop. And we're looking for Dash to move sideways to lower for that fact alone, because we have a lot of precursors of weakness revealing itself. Even though the market is moving higher, the close of these bars are moving higher, but we have the volume, which is decreasing as it goes higher, which is like a divergence. And also we have the stockpile revealing itself. So those are all indications that Dash is going to be moving lower. So we will have to go with that analysis for Dash, that it will be moving lower. So now let's go ahead and check out Neo. So Neo is up 8.15%. Last trade was at $20.10. As well, Neo had an update today, pushed to go up, but we're not ignorant of the fact that we still have stockpile on today's bar. So it's possible that Neo can still move higher, but the volume is also decreasing less from what it was yesterday, which also tells us that there wasn't a lot of interest in higher prices on today, which could be the indication why we had stockpile in the market. But we still are under the presumption that Neo is still poised to move a little higher, but it's right here around this area where it's been doing a lot of trading from the open and close of the market. So it can also move back down. If it does, then $18 will be in the cards for Neo. But if the market moves higher, then surely $22 is in the cards for higher prices. So we just kind of have to wait and see exactly which one is actually winning out in the particular market for NEO, because buyers was in on the 21st of September. Stockpile came in on the 22nd of September on this bar. But then you guys can see that the buyers are still in control. So that is expected that the market for NEO would be moving higher. So we will have to go with that analysis at this time. As it stands, is that NEO would be moving higher. So we're looking forward to at least come to $22. If not that, then expect to come to the high of this bar, which was $21. So either $21 to $22 we're expecting NEO to go to. So next we're going to go ahead and check out Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic up 4.32%. Last trade was at $10.57. So overall, you guys can see how the market is trending and trading a little sideways between $10 and $12 for Ethereum Classic. A lot of these cryptos are within a range now. It's within a channel, and you guys can kind of draw it out, and that's where you're expecting these cryptos to trade for the next couple of days to possibly weeks. So since we have Ethereum Classic trading towards the low of this channel, then it is expected that it will be moving higher, and we're looking for it to move higher, possibly to the lows on this particular bar that occurred on the 20th of September, which was at $11.06. And if it's a lot stronger in the market for the cryptos, then $12 is definitely within the cards. If not that, then around like $11.50. But overall, we're looking for Ethereum Classic to move higher from where it currently is trading. So the last one we're going to check out is Monero. Monero is up 4.69%. Last trade was at $91.62. And we still have Monero traded within this channel, which is around $83 all the way up to $100. And since the market has been trading towards that $83 area, and it found support here, we're looking for Monero to shoot higher as well towards this $100 point area. If the market is actually that strong, then $100 is in the cards. But if not, around 95 is where we're looking for Monero to go to. So overall, you guys can see that the market for the cryptocurrency market is trending a little stronger today. Be cautious of the fact that the volume for today is light, and that is an indication of a precursor weakness on the bar that closes higher than yesterday's trading day. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that that doesn't necessarily mean the market's going to be higher. It's just an indication that the market could be moving lower as well, because we just don't have the buyers or the volume to make the market move higher. So even though our analysis for these cryptos were higher prices, we're still are under the presumption that it can still move lower, and you need to be too. So just keep that in the back of your mind as you trade these cryptos. But that's all that occurred today in the market. And then on tomorrow, like I said, we might have a lot more money coming to the cryptos, and that will also give it a spruce or increase in higher prices once the volume will come into the market. So the price area that we established for today could actually be a lot higher for some of these cryptos. So just pay attention to that fact as well. But that's all I got for today. For all the new subscribers, go ahead and check out that video that we created called Just Some of the Basic. Tell you guys the terminologies that we use and give you guys the meaning of the terms that we use, like push to go up, stockpile. It tells you what those meanings of those words are. Okay, so that kind of help you out as you continue to watch these videos that I post on a daily basis on this channel. Now, also remember that there are timestamps in the description of these videos to give you guys opportunity to go straight to that crypto that you guys are interested in. And as well as these cryptos change in their market cap, we will also change our analysis on the cryptos that we are currently doing. So it is very fluid, and as one of these cryptos, which is already like the top 10, top 11, once they fall out and once they lose interest, then another one replaces it, then we'll go ahead and start coverage on that new crypto that replaced the old crypto. So just give you guys that as well. But that's all I got for today. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Make sure you guys continue to subscribe, like, and also share these videos, because it's our purpose to try to tell you guys and show you guys that you don't need to have all those indicators on your chart in order to figure out precisely where the market is going to go. And that's what we've been doing here for the last 2 months. So, and we plan on continuing to do that for you guys, so you can also gain confidence in the market and make your profits more consistently. So with all that being said, that's all I got. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.